know if you can hear me because it's very loud. And I didn't start this video sooner because I don't want to get my hopes up. But what I did last weekend, I pulled the one clear filter out and I tightened up all the clamps really good. And this weekend, I replaced every single one of the cable batteries, between the two batteries, the two grounds, and to the starter, even the starter trigger wire, to the solenoid. I just made one successful trip where I usually do and where things usually go bad. So far they haven't gone bad. So I'm a little farther than normal. I'm gonna do my little tiny loop that's past my house and make it back. So far, no lights, no fuel light, nothing. I even had it up to 70 and I gunned it. That was really close. Over back on my normal loop. I got a car pushing me, so I'm gonna get on out of the way, see how this goes. In the 5th gear, let's go. No light. My steering's a little wild because it needs to be aligned and it's loud in here. I think I left the window open. That door might be open. Hopefully I won't find out, but she cranked real good. I had been charging the batteries really well during this whole weekend after I pulled them both out. Cranked really well. I put in military style lugs, and I got the welder's kit off of battery kit off of Amazon, made in America. Got that installed, tied up my wires, and once I stop, I'll come back on and give some pretty good overview. But still no lights. I'm about to turn here. I got the LED headlights in while I had the batteries out. I also vacuumed out 2 big old rat nests. Cleaned up a bunch of all the wiring, a bunch of the rust, some zip ties. So I've gone about probably, my one loop is about 10 miles. That's about mile 9 is where it would, when I would gun it, is where it would come on and start giving me issues with response. And as I shift, so we are probably, I think this loop that I'm making now is a 5-mile loop. So 10 plus 5. So I'm about halfway through the 5-mile loop, 12.5 miles. Ooh. Only light on the dash is the rear ABS. I'm gonna hit this. Let me hit this accelerator. Alright, pedal to the metal. I'm at 60, 65. I'm gonna slow off because it's a little too fast for here. And I gotta turn. Nothing. I think good response time. I think it's hopefully fixed, and I really think, I don't think it was that clear filter. Honestly, I think it was the batteries. I think that it wasn't getting, the electronic pump wasn't getting enough amps between the two batteries, and the alternator wasn't completing the circuit. I think that's really what it was. And also, having done the past 2 close to night with lights on, the headlights were drawing amps too. And I think that the fuel pump, the electric one, either the Mr. Fuel or whatever it was, Mr. Gas, and the Duralift that I've got on there now, they just weren't able to pull enough amps to keep the pump up. I really think that's what it was. So I can tell you that I did drive it, the 1/2 loop, the 5-mile loop, on Tuesday night, and I made it back, and no lights came on that night. But usually the light won't come on until about the 9th mile, so there's that. I'll be home in a little bit, and I'm going to do some video of underneath the hood, update you. That I pulled off. I had to cut the little bracket off. I mean, it looks fine there, you know, the copper, but you look up in here, it's nasty. You can see there. I don't think that side was too bad for the starter wire, but yeah, looking up in there, there's definitely boogers going on. And then this one wasn't so bad there. I mean, this is the connector from one side to the other, but then you got that right there, and then the ground wires were just so short, and I mean, I wouldn't say they were that bad, but they were short, and that broke off. And here's the other one. See all those boogers? See that? It was worse. I had to cut that down. Yeah, that's going all the way up in there. Still adding resistance, and yeah, can't really see that's covering grease, but yeah, so those were the wires, and doing a lot better now, I think.